So my husband and I refinanced our mortgage today because interest rates dropped and it was enough to save us $300 a month. However, I have in my hands the amortization schedule, which is how long it's going to take us to pay off said mortgage and how much would go towards principal and interest each month. And I want to use this to talk to you about why home buying in America is an absolute fucking scam and why this will be the last house we ever buy in this country. So just really quick facts, it's a standard 30-year mortgage. It's a VA loan, so I didn't have to put anything down in order to refinance, and I don't have to pay any mortgage insurance, which is what normal people have to pay when they don't put 20% down. But because we didn't put anything down, I went from owing $784,000 on my home back up to $795,000. But my original interest rate on this house was 6.2%, and now it is 5.6%. We are planning on selling this house when my husband retires in 4 years and exiting the US. So of course, I was interested to see what will I owe at that time in 2030. And at that point in 2030, we will owe just under $750,000. So I will only have paid off $50,000 worth of my mortgage in the next 4 years. But the math ain't mathin' because my payment is $5,700 a month. $5,700 a month times 50 payments is $285,000. And if you look at the schedule, it tells you, oh yeah, you're financing $795,000. But if you kept this interest rate over 30 years, you're actually going to end up paying $1.6 million. But the biggest scam of all is how much interest they charge you the first year you own the house. And I have other videos on this. I've talked about it. Again, I put myself in this situation. It is what it is. The point is I'm calling out the banks because they are fucking ridiculous. First of all, when you come to closing, we bought $7,000 to closing. They make you pay $3,500 in upfront interest. So not only are your first 12 payments horrendously just put towards interest, but then you have to bring extra money to closing just to pay interest upfront. Now, I will say this, our principal and interest amount is $4,500, and it's our taxes that are additional $1,000, which is how we get to that $5,700 number. Our first payment is 11/1 coming up, right? $4,500 payment, only $849 of that goes to principal. And every month after that, only $4 extra of your payments goes towards principal. My very first payment, $4,500 payment, $3,700 of that goes to interest. So even though over the next 12 months, I'm going to make roughly $54,000 in principal and interest payments, not including taxes, according to the amortization schedule, I won't even have paid down the mortgage a total of $10,000. And not for nothing. Again, remember, I was down to about $784,000 before I decided to refinance to save money. But 12 months from now, I'm going to owe the exact same amount of money on this house as I did yesterday before I refinanced. And so that just goes to say that refinancing is also a fucking scam. Because you claim that you're saving me money, but in the end, you always gonna get your money back. And while I get to cash out my escrow account from my previous mortgage and I don't have to pay my mortgage in all of October and you're handing me $14,000, you're literally just framing it like you're paying me in girl math, but in reality, I'm spending way more money with the bank. And because we want to sell the home in 4 years, it literally doesn't make sense for us to refinance again, because even if we did with an even lower interest rate, we wouldn't be able to recoup that because most of that first years of payments would go directly to interest. So the only thing that we can hope for now is that when we get our mortgage down $50,000 down to $747, and hope that we can sell our home for maybe $850, maybe, and hope we can, that doesn't even include realtor fees and things like that, maybe we'll be able to sell our home and leave the US with $50,000 in our pocket. It is not worth it. Home buying in this country is an absolute scam. And I hate that the only other options are rent from someone who's paying a mortgage to the same bank, or be homeless.